We are going to be working on listener responding based on the VB-MAP score for level 2 that the child received on the VB-MAP assessment. The score was a 0 out of 5, and one of the areas that definitely needs work is the ability to perform specific motor actions when requested. This is a skill that the child's going to need later in her life. Being able to follow directions, carry out actions is something people have to do in the workplace, in school, at home, and so it's definitely an important skill that we want to work on. The procedure we're going to be using is errorless teaching. So basically this means that we're not going to give the child as much of an opportunity for failure at all. So that goes with showing them exactly what to do, giving them ample opportunity to practice doing it correctly without prompting, fading it out. We're also going to make sure any mistakes are immediately corrected. We're not going to let them make the mistake in that behavior. A question that had come up was, why are we choosing to show them exactly what to do in the first place instead of giving them that time to learn from mistakes or to fail and get it on their own? Well, the reason is that empirical evidence shows that children with autism don't necessarily learn in the same way as typical developing children. And one of the things that can happen when teaching them an unknown behavior, such as listener responding, is that they'll end up learning how to do it the wrong way when they aren't shown how to do it. Or having failure will keep them from the reinforcement, which helps promote the behavior, or it can lead to the entire session being more of a bad experience. We don't want that to be the case. So by having errorless teaching without these opportunities for failure, we're making sure that the child is learning the correct behavior, is having ample opportunity for reinforcement, and is having a more positive experience with it. So what we're going to be doing is working on specific motor commands. So for example, the behavior analyst, how we'll do this, they'll sit across the table from a child, make sure there's no distractions there. The reinforcers will be a snack for the child, probably broken in smaller pieces so they don't get satiated too quickly. And we'll say something like, touch your nose, or touch your head, or shake your hands, or clap your hands, but in a way that where we help move the kid's hand to touch their own nose, or prompt them by showing them what we're doing. And then practicing this, going to the next skill, and then going back to the previous ones to make sure that they did actually learn it and they still remember it. After completing this, the data will be graphed for each different task that they're doing on how many times they did it correctly, and then at what date they end up mastering it. And this can be done with the parent as well. They can still do these same tasks, they just need to keep track of how the child is doing, making sure that they are given the opportunity to see what to do first to make sure they are successful.